Okay, democracy, republic, representative democracy. So these are all very similar. They're just slightly different forms of really the same thing. They're types of governments. Democracy is a form of government where the common people hold the political power. A republic is a government where there are representatives that make the laws and hold the power, representing the people. And a representative democracy is a kind of a mix of those two. So it's a form of democracy where the people elect the representatives that represent people from that particular group. So in the district or state that they have been elected from. So there are some important constitutional clauses and concepts that you should know. So one of those is the Commerce Clause, which states that Congress has the right to regulate trade with other countries and between the states. So we wouldn't want Nevada negotiating a separate trade treaty with, say, Canada than the one that New York has. So the United States regulates trade between the United States and other countries and then between the states themselves. Also, there's a supremacy clause. This establishes that the Constitution and the federal U.S. laws are the supreme law of the land. They are above state laws or local laws. And then finally, in this grouping, habeas corpus. This is the right of a person under arrest to be brought to a court to show a valid, true, and correct reason for that person to be imprisoned. So you can't just hold someone without bringing them to court. You have to say why they're being held. Habeas corpus is Latin for basically show us the body. So there were some things that the Constitution prohibited specifically because of what the British colonists were doing to the Americans. One of these is called a Bill of Attainder. A Bill of Attainder is an act of a legislature declaring a person guilty of a crime, often without a trial. So this was happening with the British. This is what they were doing to some of the colonists, so the Constitution prohibited this. Also, an ex post facto law. So a law that makes an act illegal that was legal when it was done. So today it's legal for you to go ahead and go to the gas station and buy some gasoline. But tomorrow we're going to pass a law making it illegal and then arrest everybody who did it yesterday. It's not fair. It's obviously not fair. And this type of law was being used. But the Constitution prohibited a law like that in the United States. Due process is something that we are all guaranteed by the Constitution, and that is the fair treatment through the normal justice system. So these are a person's legal rights that must not be violated. So your due process and my due process cannot be violated. And those are our normal legal rights and fair treatment through the justice system. And impeachment. Impeachment is the process of someone being impeached. So impeach is a verb, impeachment is a noun, but basically it's the charge of misconduct made against a holder of public office. So if you were paying attention to the news this year, you would have noticed that the House of Representatives did impeach President Trump, but then the trial goes to the Senate and they did not find him guilty. President Bill Clinton was also impeached, and there was one other president a long time ago that was impeached, but it is very rare actually for this to happen.